Hey Aquas, this is your September 2018 Tarot Fix, and you have the Eight of Wands showing up right off the bat, and the Hanged Man reversed showing now as well. So it looks like as Mars enters your sign today, Aquarius, there's some expedited progress. And the Hangman is Pisces energy, so it could be expedited progress with a Pisces energy in your life. But in reverse, the Hangman can have trouble letting go, but can also be no longer earthbound. He's taking flight in that sense. So something is taking off for the Aquarius energy today, again, as Mars enters Aquarius. And yet some part of you, some corner of your mind, Aquarius, is still waiting on someone or something. Many of you may not have all the information you need at this time. And I think it's a pattern, it's a habit of yours to continue waiting for this person or this thing before you take your final step in anything you're working on, maybe, but certainly in the project, the work that you're focused on currently this month. Even as I'm saying this, that you're waiting on something, that some little part of you is still thinking about waiting on someone or something. I know that many Aquarians are determined to be finished. I can feel that many Aquarians are determined to be finished waiting. What I could be seeing is that, you know, it's on your conscious mind. You're very aware of your habit to wait, to expect someone else to help you finish the final work of, again, whatever it is you're focused on currently, or maybe, since it's a habit, any project that you work on. I don't think it's that Aquarians feel that they can't finish this work themselves. Many Aquarians, you know, you are just wanting someone specifically to come with you in the next leg of your journey, to make a move with you, to join you on your path to success. Yeah, as Mars enters Aquarius, for some reason it is leaving many of us Aquarians thinking about someone that some part of us is still waiting on. It may be that your outward physical actions, external world that you've built around you, your habits, your routine don't reflect that you're waiting on someone. But, you know, in your mind, in your heart, you are, even if you don't think about it all the time. But at this time, right around, I'd say, as Mars enters into Aquarius. You're aware of it. It's come to the surface. It's come to your conscious mind. And for other Aquarians, it could be something that you are aware of all the time, and you do know you're waiting, and you're where you're living, what you're doing every day, who you're talking to, what you're talking about does reflect that you're waiting. And it's someone, if it is a someone, it's someone that, you regret losing from your past, I think. Or even if you didn't completely lose them, you regret the way things have gone and the way things have been between you and this person, what has happened. Now, if it's not a person, even if it's a situation, it could be a situation that you regret, and you're waiting to see how that situation clears up before you move forward. A job you wish you hadn't turned down, that you're waiting to see if it will still come through, if you have any chance of still getting it. It can be, a friendship, not a romantic partnership, a house you were hoping to get. And see, that regret that I was just describing to you right now at this time, again, on the 10th of September, as Mars is entering into Aquarius. I think I keep repeating it because I wish I knew more about what it meant for us. That is bubbling to the surface as well. That is coming to your conscious level, if you're not already conscious of it, that a lot of why you wait on this person, this situation to shake out, is because you regret the part you played. You regret how things have been between you and these people, this person. You regret what happened. At the time, you may have either been very immature in your attitude toward that situation, that person, those people, and indignantly, rudely even caused some of the things that you now regret purposely. Or you may have been on the opposite side. You may have taken the situation so seriously that you were very, very intense and very angry and overreacted and caused more problems between you and that person or those people, one of those two characters that are showing there on the cup. But I think that's bubbling to the surface. You're becoming more and more aware of the regret that is attached to the fact that you're still waiting. Because the Four of Cups is what you're now, you're then faced with in September as you move through the rest of Virgo season and even start to move into Libra season here in September. You're wanting to withdraw, to continue to wait and focus on what you regret about your, I'd say, recent past. I almost said recent past. I think it is the more recent past for most Aquarians anyway. It certainly started coming back up in your mind and making itself known again in the recent past, if it's something more distant. But and you may be missing opportunities around you, an opportunity or multiple opportunities around you at this time, again, throughout the end of Virgo season, or even starting to move into Libra season here at the end of September, because you're so focused on the past, on what you've lost, on what you regret, on what you're maybe still waiting on, or at least waiting for some closure about. You have so much nostalgia surrounding this situation. You may not even be remembering the person, the people, the situation completely clearly, because you just, you miss it and you regret what you did, and so you could be seeing them or it in your memory with rose-colored glasses, through rose-colored lenses. And that's true for some, and for others it's less true. Maybe it was a really great person, relationship, situation, job, people, but either way, admit to yourself, face the fact that it will probably behooves us to do so, that we are remembering most often the best of that person, those people, that the situation that we're waiting on to shake out, that we're thinking about, we're regretting, mourning even from the past. And if we focus instead on rebuilding other areas of our lives, or our life in general, it can maybe even encourage us to avoid some of the meetings and collaborations that we are wanting to withdraw from. We're needing to withdraw, and there might be this feeling of, but am I passing up too many opportunities? Am I ignoring too many opportunities? If you're aware of them in your peripheral, and it could alleviate even that little bit of extra anxiety there, to just go ahead and start rebuilding in the direction that you want to, because you may find very quickly that that direction doesn't include some of those collaborations, meetings, groups of people, whether work related or not, that you want to avoid anyway. Maybe that's your intuition leading you to avoid them. I'll let you look at this more closely with me now for a couple of minutes, Aquarius. Because I see as your advice, for some, it is to go ahead and miss some of these meetings, or at least maybe one in particular that you're just not feeling around the end of September. Maybe it's work related, maybe it's not. I think it doesn't necessarily mean that you never collaborate with these people, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that you don't reschedule the meeting, but it does lean toward the suggestion that you're at least not in the right mind space right now, maybe to make the decisions that meeting will entail, to present yourself or your business or whatever you're bringing forth at this gathering. You might go ahead and bail on a void in some way, shape, or form, because you're needing to be hopeful. You're needing to rebuild a future, a vision that inspires you, rebuild an area of your life that, it is fun for you to focus on. Mourning and regret and the sadness and withdrawal that inevitably comes with it are the Nine of Wands again. 99 may be particularly significant for you, Aquarius. I almost recorded your video yesterday on 9/9/18, 999. And it couldn't happen until today on the 10th. So, and then now I see this 9/9 here. So that the 9/9, 9/99 may be particularly significant for you at this time. If it's not, it may be in September, moving into Libra season. But it also indicates that you've been waiting on this person or this situation to shake out for a while. You've been waiting on whatever it is for a while, and as I was saying, being in that space, that mind space, that heart space of regret, withdrawal, the sadness that comes with mourning, may not be what you want to bring to your collaborations, your meetings, your gatherings anyway. If you're feeling like it's just not the time for that. At the same time, there's obviously a fated opportunity around you at this time that you can't see. Maybe it's that, you know, you can't really see the value, the worth of the opportunities that you would be faced with. Or maybe it's in missing these meetings and these gatherings that your gut is pulling you away from anyway. You will then begin to really see the opportunities that are meant for you, that are fated for you. Or just be able to perceive them in the correct way, approach them in the correct way, receive them in the correct way. From a healthier space that respects them and appreciates them and welcomes them and is excited for them. Right now, you're overall, as the planet of action moves into your sign, the message coming through here is overall we are doubting ourselves a little bit, Aquarius. Wanting for self-confidence, maybe self-control for some. The King of Swords can be our energy, masculine, mature air sign energy that is honest with himself and others, very wise, and has intelligent ideas, uses that wisdom to give wise counsel to others and to himself. And with all of those traits, he normally doesn't let you down. So I think some of our confidence is some of our need for confidence is being afraid that we are going to let other people down or let ourselves down in some way. But it's in our nature through always being honest, facing things honestly within ourselves and offering honesty to others. Not to let others down, or at least to be, you know, completely open about it when we do make mistakes, right? When circumstances don't allow us to follow through with plans the way we originally intended to. Let's get a clarifier on the Nine of Wands. And I just keep thinking back to the Eight of Wands having shown up at the beginning of the recording, the expedited progress. It's like everything's moving very quickly at this time. Things can move very quickly at this time, Aquarius. But again, some part of you is wanting to look backward, wanting to wait, wanting to dig your heels into the ground, wanting to hit the brakes, wanting to stall, withdraw, avoid meetings. Some area of your life needs to be rebuilt. That's what you would like to quickly make progress in. That's what you would like to expedite your progress in, rebuilding. And the Seven again. The Seven of Wands reversed again. So 77 as well may be particularly significant for you, Aquarians. Excuse me. So it looks like for a lot of Aquarians, what you're waiting on is that self-control, that self-confidence, that we were just saying you're missing. That is what you've been waiting on. It's yourself. It's this part of yourself, this masculine, cerebral part of ourselves, to take control of maybe our own thoughts, since self-doubt is an issue. Our own negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, destructive behavior patterns, useless behavior patterns, anything that we are thinking or doing as a result of our thoughts that isn't serving us and our goals. I could just dig into the deck, but I won't go that direction right now. Let's also get a clarification card on your advice card. Yeah, the meetings, for some Aquarians, any meetings, again, gatherings that may potentially be collaborations, or just gatherings in general that you're feeling a pull to bail on, again, or withdraw from, in this state that you're in of reviewing something from your past that you regret, that you may have made a mistake regarding. In that space, anybody, any gathering that you're resisting, the reason may be, as I was saying earlier, that you have your own new passion that you would rather focus on, and you can't do it with that group of people. It could be a new lover. It could be. But much more likely, I think, for most Aquarians, it's an activity that you're passionate about doing. And it may be delving into your past and healing and starting a spiritual journey. I see for a lot of Aquarians that it's actually a creative endeavor, something that is a creative outlet, expression for you. And it's inspiring you. It's this inspiration to complete a journey that you've already been on as well. Namely, in this reading, referring to this waiting that you seem to always be doing for someone or something. I think you're this inspiration to focus on a passion of your own on your own inspires you to get past that, to stop doing that, to cut out that waiting. Ask for help if you need to, of course, but finish on your own, without this person, without this closure, maybe. And focusing on that passion on your own gives you the opportunity to relax a little bit, takes the pressure off. You don't have to compromise on your vision, what you want to create, what the work you want to do, what you want to spend your time doing. And so it allows you to relax. I think some Aquarians would rather not finish whatever they've been working on with this collaboration, or with this group of people that may be a collaboration. Whatever they've been working on that may require a meeting or multiple meetings here at the end of this month, I think they'd rather scrap that and start rebuilding something that some other area of their life. You've been inspired, something you're passionate about, something that allows you to relax and stop waiting for someone else's help, or stop waiting to get someone else's help if that's what you need. It's your way of preparing for your future, taking responsibility for doing that. And in that, you'll find that self-confidence and become this King of Swords more completely, more fully. Be ready to take ownership of your life. You also have the High Priestess in reverse showing up here, which I'm just now really paying attention to. Some of you are really needing to listen to your intuition at this time, and possibly intentionally ignoring something it's telling you for some reason. That's part of what's shaking your confidence. It's part of what's causing the self-doubt to creep in as well. You're headed for the 8 of Earth in October in the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. In a traditional tarot deck, that would suggest work, hard work, maybe hopefully on this thing that you're more passionate about, that you feel you can move forward with on your own. Like I said, it's what allows you to prepare for your future. Because the 9 of Wands card also says to me, prepare for not necessarily the worst, but as a saying, prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. Because if you anticipate the worst, you will attract it to you. So we hope for the best, right? But you want to feel prepared in order to feel confident at the same time. And following what makes you happy to spend your time on, to dedicate your efforts and energy toward. That's like, again, that's what's going to bring us that confidence, Aquarius. Okay, sorry, that was going to drive me nuts. I had to have that going. We'll look at your future card now for October. We'll see how Libra season starts to shake out, like I said, and how October begins. That's the Queen. The advice card here could also be saying, to acknowledge whatever it is that you don't like about what you're working on. Whatever work you're doing at this time, maybe whatever is making you look back and wait on something or someone for some help. Just, be honest with yourself about what you don't like about that work. It may be work that you're doing on yourself, your relationships that I'm talking about even. And beyond, just wanting to miss a group meeting, a gathering, a work meeting, a collaboration of sorts in general, you may be looking at, for some Aquarians, wanting to disassemble a group or team altogether with this advice card here. Maybe it's energies you just don't jive with, people you just can't work well with, or it could be even, a socializing group as well. And some Aquarians are at the end of September, moving through the second half of September, are needing to look at the fact that you've been avoiding the hard part of whatever work you're doing. Whether it's work you're doing on yourself, or collaborations with other people in your external world, you're avoiding the hard part. And maybe when you look at that hard part and really try to sink your teeth into it, you'll realize, no, I can't do this kind of work. This is not for me. That's why I've been avoiding that part. That's the part I won't do. It's the part that pushes me to acknowledge that I have to do something else. I have to follow this passion, this inspiration instead. I'm not going to finish this project, this work with these other energies. Or if it's work, that you're doing on yourself, it could be addressing the fact that you have this pattern of always waiting on this person or certain situations to shake out, or needing closure from relationships after they end. Maybe always wanting to go back and revisit and take a second look. That's possible for some Aquarians. But that could be the hard part that you're avoiding. Moving on without that closure, moving on without that person, giving up on waiting, learning that you have to take that final step on your own first anyway, even before you would be ready, maybe to then interact with whatever energy you're waiting on again, be it a person or a group of people. And correcting your it sounds silly to say this, but correcting your own self-confidence in that way. Who else could correct your self-confidence but you? Of course you have to do it. But correcting our self-confidence through that. Okay, so then in October, your future card, Aquarians, speaks of growth and manifestation and accomplishment and success and abundance and wealth and appreciation. And love. It talks about the manifestation of a positive attitude, doing what you love and loving what you do. That's what we're talking about. Like I said, that inspiration, that passion, whatever. That's what, that's the real expedited progress, I think, that's come into our lives as Mars enters Aquarius, and with that Eight of Wands showing up at the beginning of the reading, Aquarians, it's this acknowledgement, this realization within ourselves that we really want to just focus so much more of our energy, our focused intention on what we are passionate about doing, what we love doing, what kicks us into overdrive, what helps us keep our foot on the gas pedal with the project all the time because we believe in it, and and we want to move it forward every day. It gets us out of bed. And I think for a lot of Aquarians, that is the advice. The advice is, go ahead and kick the work that you don't like doing. Go ahead and kick the work that it may be a collaboration and involve leaving a group, and that may be difficult. That may be why you haven't. That may be what you're waiting on. Some Aquarians are waiting for that group to break up on its own so they don't have to do it, because maybe it's a group of friends or energies that have become like friends. I see. For some. But this card here, the Eight of Earth, that your future card, Aquarians, is a very optimistic card, one that suggests a time of abundance, fruitfulness, and a good harvest ahead. So that's on the path that you're on now. So I think if you head toward that passion, this is what you're headed toward. A peaceful, happy home, career, confidence, the respect of your peers. What more could you ask for? All the seeds born of past planting are growing well, and you can be confident that the outcome you need will manifest. This can also be a good time to think about taking that next big leap rather than resting on your laurels. You have it within you to go further and reach greater heights if you so desire, especially if you remain committed to doing everything to the best of your ability. The Eight of Earth signifies a time to look to, acknowledge, and celebrate your successes, and perhaps to start making new plans for the future as well. Do you find yourself looking at life? Oh, I've accidentally gone into the potential blockage. Well, the first question is, do you find yourself looking at life through jaded, cynical eyes? That would be if she had shown up in reverse. So that is something to look out for. That's the potential blockage of the card. And as a reader, I believe that, both the reversed and the positive meaning of the card are always present. But I do believe the direction it shows up in indicates, which direction the path we're headed on now is heading. But both energies are always present. So that can be something for us to look out for, is not to become jaded or cynical as we're moving into October. But it looks like we're on a path that, we are at this time, Aquarians, resonating with this, on a path headed towards success and abundance, wealth and love, again, confidence, the respect of our peers, which is obviously so important to us at this time. Like I said, it may be a big reason why we haven't taken ourselves out of this project, this group, this work that we do not like doing. And no one is going to take us out of the group for us. No one is going to disassemble that group for us. It clearly needs to be disassembled so that something else can be rebuilt. And spirit, source, your higher self, whomever you feel this advice is coming from, to me, it is source and our higher self is saying, just begin rebuilding, begin working on that passion, begin working on that project, that area of your life where you refocus your attention to what you love doing instead of what you may not even like doing. And then that will encourage the disassembling of the group if you are unable to first disassemble the group and then rebuild. It may just be the way that it has to go. Because I also see the message with the High Priestess in reverse here. It could be a Taurian in this situation that you don't want to upset, who is already or will be upset with you concerning the disassembling of this group. That's completely possible. Maybe a part of yourself, significant Taurus in your own chart. That's for sure. It could be. It could indicate that these secrets are going to be exposed. It's going to become apparent to other people that you don't like this work as well, or that you'd rather focus on what you're passionate about, or secrets concerning not being able to wait on someone anymore, or the fact that you still are, and that is shaking your confidence. But I also see the message here that you could be naive and hoping and thinking that this group is going to just disassemble without you taking some type of action. And that may very well be what you're having nostalgia about here as well with the Six of Cups. Maybe you've worked with these people or spent time with these people, collaborated with these people for a while. Maybe your next move includes a literal move, and so you wouldn't be able to be around them at all. You know, it's different. It's slightly different for each Aquarian, but you stepping into your own power, your own energy, your authentic self, and expressing your best and worthiest ideas has everything to do with you stepping into your independence at the same time, simultaneously, Aquarius. So there will be a need to stand on our own for some time in some way to get to the success, this wealth, this abundance that we're wanting to head toward, and that we see taking shape already in October. So we see the rewards of heading down this path already. I do hope that offered you some insight, Aquarians. I hope that you're all taking something away from the reading that you didn't come to it with. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's very, very much appreciated. Thank you. And I will try to let you take a last look at this reading. Thank you for all of your comments, shares, and subscribes as well. That's also very appreciated. For all of you who message me with kind words, thank you, thank you, thank you. A special thank you to those of you who have donated and purchased readings to support the channel. I am so thankful, so thankful. I also wanted to say, if you are interested in a personal reading but you aren't familiar with my services yet, take a look at the description box below. All of your options are there. There are free readings, $10 readings, 24-hour rushed readings, so take a look. And there is also a Virgo season reading that I will link in the description box below. It's for the collective, for all signs, so that's more free content available for you right now. And otherwise, I love you very much, Aquarius, and I will post another tarot fix for you just as soon as I can.